Hey friends, my name is Bilal Khan and today I am going to add some more data in the setMember.go file. So as you can see here that currently there are some data like email, password, full name and account name, but I am going to add some more data like titles, phones, location and working status. Alright. So but before this, let me solve a problem that I faced in the previous videos, and the problem was that whenever I update some kind of data, let's say if I update the member password only, and if I update the member full name only, or if I update the member account name only, so as a result this data should only be updated. But the problem that I was facing in my previous video was that the member full name and the member password was also going to be updated. So this is not the thing that I want. Basically I just want to update, let's say, the member account name. These things should not be updated or added into the MySQL database. Instead they will be empty, they will remain the empty. Instead only this value should be updated. So this was a problem that I faced in my previous video. So I'm going to solve this, and after that I will add some more data into the setMember.go file. So let's take a look at this. As you can see here that I have used the setMember functionality here. So I will remove this functionality because I don't need it, and I will remove the data from here also. So what I need to do, first of all, let me just remove this data, and before removing this let me show you the process that how it will done. So let's write a variable inside the under this q variable, and after that I will make another variable by the name of update values, and this value will be the interface. All right, so it does not have any kind of specific value, so that's why I have given it an interface that will be an array. So after that let's write what you can say if statement. So I will copy this if statement from here. All right, and once it is copied I will remove all the data from here. All right, because I don't need the set account info, or I don't need these things. Instead I will put it after the if statement. So I will show you the process, but first of all let me just remove all of them. And what I will write is that basically I will write query, and then the next thing is going to be passwords, like this. All right, so now in each if statement the query will be added into it. All right, so I'm not going to add the query at once. Instead what I want to do, I will add the query one by one. Let's say this is the password, this is the value 0 is a password, so this query will be added. Instead of it, I don't want to add the whole query here in just one variable. Instead I want to update it once I will use the if statement. All right, so let's write what you can say update values, and after that let's write append, and then a value 0. So now this password is going to be appended into this update value variable. All right, so these credentials are going to be updated in each if statement. So I don't want to add them at once. Instead I want to update them one by one in the if statement. All right, so now let's copy this variable again and paste it multiple times in this if statement. Now this time I will write 1, this is for the full name, this is for the what you can say 2 for the account name. Now let's change the query. Instead of writing passwords, this time I will write full names. All right, and here I will write the account names, and similarly these are the things that I have done. So the value are updated. So now there is no need for these values to be written at once. Instead what I want to do, I will update the query one by one in each if statement. All right, so now after that let's write what you can say. Now the next thing, as you can see here, that these are the if statements that I have used it like this. I have removed all the unnecessary data from it, so I will not use the Redis database, so I will remove it. And after that I'm also not needing this setMember functionality, so I will remove it from here also. And after that once I do this, as you can see here that currently the is active and the email is remaining here. So I will update it. So I will write if or what you can say, first of all let's write if length of what you can say, or let's remove it, length of update values is equal to 0, and length of emails is equal to 0, then it will return nothing. So basically I have put the if statement that if these values are not empty, then in that case it should return some kind of values. But let's say if the value and the email address, both of them are empty, then in that case it will return nothing. After that, let's execute this is active and the email query, because I have not used them, so I will just copy it. And after that, let's write query and plus this command, all right, inside the braces, inside this brackets, semicolon. So basically this query will be executed. So as you can see that I have updated the query one by one in each if statement instead of writing them here. So now what I need to do, I will just remove these things because I don't need it, and let's save it like this. All right, after that let's write update values is equal to append update values and then the query, what you can say, query, one for this is active, and then update values is equal to append and then the email address. So basically what it does, the is active status is going to be 1. Alright, so when the user will update the data, this is active status will be changed from 0 to 1, and the email value, this is the key of the email, so the email value is going to be updated here. Alright, so these are the things that I have done previously also. If you are not understanding, as you can see here that this is the value 0, this is the full name, this is the account name, and this is the 1 and the email. So similarly I have done this in this style, that I'm going to append the 1 and the email inside this update values. All right, and after that, these are the password, full name and the account name. They are already appended into the update values by using them in the if statement. So I have done them separately instead of writing them in just one if statement. So now what I will do, now let's write what you can say, these are query is equal to strings and then the string or what you can say suffix, trim suffix. So basically what it does, let me just first of all write it. So what this trim suffix does, as you can see, trim suffix return s without the provided trailing suffix string. If s does not end with suffix, s is returned unchanged. So basically what it does, as you can see here, that this is the space and this is the comma that I have written it here. Basically just to provide a space in this query, that's why I have written this comma and this space. So what it does, this trim suffix, it will remove this comma and this space from this query, and as a result it will only provide me the data that is present in the MySQL database. So I hope you understood. So it will basically remove this comma and the space, and once it is done, what I will do, I will just remove the spaces and I will leave this update statement as it is, and at the end what I will do, I will just copy this update execution and paste it here. And after that, don't write this values and full name and account name. Instead I will write update values like this. So now all the update values, all the values will be updated one by one instead of writing them as a whole. So instead of writing them as a whole, they will be updated one by one. So if a user want to update only the password, in that case the password will be updated. If a user want to update the full name, then in that case the full name will be updated. Or if a user wants to update the account name, then in that case the account name will be updated. And after that, this is active and the email will be appended into the updated values by default. Alright, so these are the things that I have added by default, but these are the things that are only dependent on the user, that the user can change it according to his wish, like the password he can change, the file name or the account name. So I hope you understood. Now what I need to do, I need to just remove these if statements because I don't need them. So let's write it like this. Select them and delete them like this. After that, let's just run this code, go install to show you properly that how it will work. Let's write proctl status. Now you can see that the user is logged out, so I will log in. First of all, v-instri Now let's write proctl invite space email. So now you have successfully invited a member, so the email will be received as you can see here. But now what I need to do, I need to first of all log out in order to check the invitation. So let's write proctl invited. It will basically check the invitation and then the email address like this. After that, enter the verification code. So let's enter the verification code, copy it from here and paste it down here. Your account is successfully verified. Alright, so now if I show you the MySQL database, select from members, you will see that these are the things that are added now. Alright, so the status is by default is active 0, but now when I will set the member, they will be only add the full name or the password name or the account name according to my will. They will not update all these values. Alright, so all the values will not be added in them. Instead, the data that I want to update, only that data will be present here. So let's write set member. No, sorry, set mem, and in that case I will write email address, and once it is done, let's write password. So the password is going to be 5566. Let's say the member's credentials are successfully updated. Let me just show you. As you can see that only the password is added, all these things are not added. So previously what it was doing, it was adding all these values also. So they were getting the values from the Redis database that was previously saved. So as a result, they were adding those data here in this full name and the account name. So I removed them, and after that I just wanted this password to be added. So that's the reason that the password is added. So let's say if I write, let's say I want to add the full name or the account name. Let's say account name is Veins. So in this case, the account name will only be present here. As you can see that the password is present as it is, but the account name is now updated here. So the full name is not present because I have not updated it. So I hope you understood. So now let's clear this, and now the next thing that I'm going to do is to add some more data into it. As you can see that currently email, password, full name, account name and is active created, these are the things that are present here. So what I will do, I will add some more data into it, like the titles, full names, titles, phones, and locations and working status. So let's remove them, copy them from here, and after that let's write it here like this. Alright, so these are the things that I'm going to update here. And now after copying it, let's add these values also here. Alright, so let's write titles, what you can say, phones, locations and working statuses like this. Alright, working statuses. So now let's copy these empty strings, because I know I will paste it second time also, and let's paste it third again. So now 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So basically these are the this is the email address that I have written previously. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. All right, so now they are correct. After that, let's save them, and let's go to the set member, because I also need to update these. So let's go to the update.go file to put basically copy the variables from here. So let's copy the variables. I don't need to write them one by one. Instead, what I will do, I will copy them like this and paste it like this. Alright, I will just change the name of them. So let's select Control D, and then member. Alright, so now it is working fine. After that, let's scroll down and paste the same data, copy the same data like the title and the phone number, working status. So I will copy the data from here, and this time I will put it here like this. So let's update them like set mem and set mem and set So after that, let's write to update, or to update like this, to set up the credentials like this. This time I will change the phone to the phone flag will not be P, instead it will be N, because the P is already present by the name of password. So this is the thing that you need to keep in mind. Two similar flags will not be used. Instead you need to change the flag here. All right. So now what I need to do, I need to use these variables that I have put it here. So let's just write it like this. Copy here. Member title, member phone, member location, and member working status. Like this. So now they are updated, but as you can see that they are giving me the error that the index 3 is out of bounds. So currently there are 3 strings that are only present, so I have given the limitation. So I will change the limitation from 3 to 7, and now this time they are added here. But now the problem is that the update member section does not contain the 7 string value, so I need to update it also. So let's save this and go to the update.go file. And inside this file, what I will do, I will copy this, I will remove this 3 and write 7, because I need to write further data also. So I will copy this and write, paste it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now let's change the value. From this will be the 3, and after that let's write 4, 5, and let's write 5. This is going to be 6, and this is going to be 6 also. Let's write what you can say, account name. So I will change it from account name to titles like this, and I will change it from what you can say, phones, titles, phones, locations, and the last thing is going to be working statuses. So this is basically the query that is present inside the MySQL database that I have written it here like here. Alright, so these are the things that I have updated. So now they are updated, and this time it will not give me an error. Why? Because I have changed the limitation from what you can say, from 3 to 7, and these are the data that are present, and I have updated them here. So let's go to the set member, and now this time it is not giving me an error. So I hope it will work fine. Save them and save them. Let's go to the let's write go install, and this time I will delete the this members table. Why? Because it does not contain other credentials like titles and phone number, location, and working status. So I will remove this, sorry, like this. And this time let's go to the bash, and I will write proctl login again, and this time it is going to be vnstree, and you are successfully logged in. So I will write invite space what you can say, invite space email address like this. I need to wait for some time. Let's remove it. Now you can see that another email is received. So let's delete all the previous emails. So let's log out again to check the invitation. So let's log out and write invited and the email address. Alright. This time I need to give the verification code that I have received. So I will copy this, paste it here. Now it is giving me an error that the column count does not match the value at row 01. Sorry. Alright, so the mistake is this. If I go to the insert.go file, as you can see here that these are the values that I have updated, but I didn't change the question marks. So I need to write the question marks also. So let's copy them, and now paste it these 4 question marks, because the 4 values are added. So if I write go install, and this time if I execute the same command, and after that give the verification code, sorry, I need to copy the verification code, so let's copy it again, paste it, and now your account is successfully verified. So due to this question marks, the problem was raised. So if I show you select members, as you can see that there are currently many things that are added. It was not just limited to account names. Instead, titles, phone number, location, and working statuses are also added. And the account status is currently active, not active. It is 0. So when I will update the values, they will be updated. All right. So let's write proctl. Let's write set member, set mem, and then email address is must to give. So this is the thing that you need to keep in mind. And let's write titles. So I will write what you can say T for the titles. So hello world. The member credentials are successfully updated. So if I show you, as you can see that only hello world is added into the title section. All the things are not what you can say inserted. So only this thing is inserted, and the is active is currently showing me the active status, that this account is now active because other data are inserted in it. Similarly, if I write what you can say working or the phone number will be identified with the flag N, not P. So let's write this phone number. As you can see that the phone number is now added. And similarly, if I update it like password is going to be 1234. So now 1234 is the password that is updated here. So this is how it will work. Alright, so I hope you understood. So now let's write git status. As you can see that these are the files that are modified. So I will write git add commit m, and then what you can say added more data into the member section, into the member account or member section. Added more data into the member account. Git push origin master. Now if I refresh this, you will see that 55 commits are added more data into the member account. So I hope you understood, and I hope you like this video. So if you liked it, then make sure to subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, then ask those questions in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer all of them. So till then, goodbye.